Okay guys, what is up? Crypto Keith here, and we're going to do some news reviews quickly for today, as well as show you some other projects that are going on, ICOs and new tokens that are worth looking into. So let's look at some stories we have in the news today. So here we are. Let's check what I've got here. Bitcoin Segwit 2x is back on. So a certain block number, this will be happening. There'll be a snapshot. It should be around November 28th, so very soon. And the question is, do you have your Bitcoins where you want them for the snapshot? Because even with Bitcoin Gold, some exchanges still haven't released that. So if you want your Segwit 2x or your 2x coins right away, it'll probably be B2X or BTC2 or something like that. Futures are trading for this, so they have a price to go by. But a lot of people are saying the price will drop with Bitcoin Segwit 2x. So it's worth having your coins right away if you want to cash out of them. If you're planning to hold long term, it's not that important. So we'll look into that and see if we can find anything out about what exchanges are supporting Segwit 2x right away. And the best way to do it is probably to use your Exodus wallet or something, export your private keys so that you have access and can get those Segwit 2x coins when they're released. Ratio of 1-to-1. And I got some messages on Twitter and things like that for Bitcoin Diamond. There was a Bitcoin Diamond not a hard fork, but I don't know what you'd call that, but there's a Bitcoin Diamond fork. And you have 10 Bitcoin Diamond for every 1 Bitcoin you had. Now, Bitcoin Diamond isn't worth very much, around $40 per coin, but if people are messaging you, asking for your seed or whatever, don't do it. You can always do it in the future. There's no rush to claim your coins. Make sure you do it properly and don't rush into anything. Better late than never, though. And I'm not sure if this is the same team. I'm pretty sure it's not, because I was looking into trying to find out, the website for this or the official social media or something. And it seems to be a new team working on this new Segwit 2x, because anyone can really do it. Anyone can implement new technology. If they get community consensus and enough people together. So Lightning Network is coming. They're doing tests right now. There are ways you can use the Lightning Network right now. It's just not very user friendly. It's a little bit, you have to go out of your way to use it. As well as Segwit has been implemented in things like Ledger Nano wallets and things like that. So you can send on the Segwit chain already and do it a lot cheaper. Fees are cheaper and the transactions are supposed to be faster. But, I don't see this Segwit 2x really staying around very long or doing very well either after Lightning Network comes out there. And a lot of these Bitcoin forks are going to, not have much of a use after Lightning Network comes into play. Japan's biggest financial house, Uphold, or whatever you want to call this, prepares to secure Bitcoin adopters. So this reminds me of MUFON, the UFO, whatever you call it, foundation for investigating UFOs. But this is Uphold. It's kind of a stupid name if you ask me, but we'll look into what this is. You know, with all these regulations going on, surprising to see, you know, they're issuing cryptocurrencies and then they want to ban them. Japan's largest bank, latest to develop their own crypto digital currency. That's the Mufug. It's called Mufug coin or something like that. We'll look into that a little bit. 2017 was Bitcoin's year. 2018 will be Ethereum's. Lots of reasons for this. It's pretty obvious that, you know, Ethereum has so many use cases. It's being used and adopted for lots of things, and lots of new projects are built on Ethereum. So we should see Ethereum do pretty well in 2018. ATB coin, the latest to face class action suit after ICO. And this is happening. It happened to Tether and another one there, a couple other ICOs, because their coins that they're issuing are too similar to securities. So they're getting lawsuits because you need certain regulations, certain paperwork done if you're going to issue securities. It's actually a lot of paperwork, and ICOs has kind of been like a loophole to get around that. But obviously the control structure in the system does not want people to be able to make money off ICOs. They want to be the only ones to make money. So we're seeing ICOs being attacked right now. So when you're investing in an ICO, be very careful that it's not, you know, making it seem like it's a security. They're very clear in there saying that it's not a security. And we'll look into why this one specifically got targeted. Israeli finance watchdog seeks to ban public firms from Bitcoin trading. And I read into this a little bit, and basically if a company is just basically an exchange, financial exchange, but for cryptocurrencies, is just using trading cryptocurrencies for their income, those ones are going to be, the trading is going to be halted, frozen. They're not allowed to trade, and they're going to basically ban this so that there will be no trading in Israel. This is really interesting because we just saw Israel just created their government-backed cryptocurrency. So this is what we're going to see start happening. And obviously they've been planning things for the past, you know, 5-10 years behind the scenes, and now they're going to implement a lot of this stuff. So what I see happening is them banning most of these cryptocurrencies, or, you know, making them fail for whatever reasons, regulations, laws, and then the state-owned cryptocurrencies, government-backed, fiat-backed cryptocurrencies are going to be like the phoenix rising from the ashes, the savior, and people are going to be naturally incentivized to use these as opposed to the failing or crashing cryptocurrencies for whatever reasons. So we have to be very careful because these laws and these actions are actually coming into play now. They've had lots of time to plan it, and we should start seeing more and more of this stuff. So just be very careful with your investments and things like that. I'd say keep your Bitcoin mostly on external desktop or paper wallets, and try to avoid holding most of your money on exchanges. We're going to do a security video. We're just working on the finishing touches for that. We'll go more in depth about how you can protect yourself so that all the numerous things that are possible to happen, if they happen, you'll be protected and you won't lose your money. A central bank cryptocurrency, not in 2018. So this is just one side of the story, one person's opinion perspective that we might not be ready due to all these regulations, due to the banks, you know, having different goals You know, they don't have the same goals. You know, if they had different goals, the banks, they would probably welcome a cryptocurrency, but their goals are mainly just to keep the current system the way it is, and they're incentivized to do that for numerous reasons. So this is very slow. We know that the system is very slow with these things and adopting new things, new technology. So we might not be there yet, but we see that things are happening very fast and a lot of people are coming around, so you never know. Boeing eyes blockchain and bid to fight GPS spoofing. How many companies are we seeing turn to the blockchain now to fix certain problems? It's like the miracle technology for multiple corporations. Walmart's turning to it. If you look at our past news updates and videos, almost every day we see a new person, a new corporation, company turning to the blockchain for numerous reasons. And that's about it. So also there's a lot of stuff going on with patents right now. 2017 was a big year for cryptocurrency patents, and I'm not surprised. I was looking into it myself to take out a few patents myself. I'm just not that familiar with the process, but people that are more familiar with the process would have easily issued patents for things that they saw going on. Basically, even trading cryptocurrency on exchange can be patented. So there's all sorts of patents, and in 2017 they started piling up, and we'll look into a couple articles supporting that. We're not going to spend too much time on articles today, but I'll show you a couple. We'll do our giveaway for yesterday's video today and find our winner. So I put the URL in here. Maybe not. No, I didn't put the URL in there. Damn. Okay, so let's search this. Let's go. Find our video from yesterday. Grab the URL so we can do this draw. Forgot to change the thumbnail. I'll do that after. But yesterday's video is right here. Not fair. Good thing I waited. He won yesterday as well, by the way. So you have a good opportunity right now to win if you comment. You know, comment a few days in a row and you're almost guaranteed to win. So Roger won yesterday and he won today. If we... Yeah, that was the right video. Yep, so he won yesterday and today, so he'll be getting a bigger chunk today when I send it to him. That's actually better. It's actually good for me because that'll only, I still have to send him yesterday, so that'll only be one fee. I'll send it both winnings in one transaction. Moving on. 44% for Bitcoin dominance. It's not getting much better. There's a lot of ICOs and smaller projects, newer projects people are putting their money into, because I think a lot of people were late for Bitcoin and they see that, you know, they might have missed out or regret not investing in Bitcoin, but they can make early investments in some of these other coins and projects. So this is part of the reason I see this. Also, we have to wonder what's going on, because there are big players controlling Bitcoin, and that can pull billions of dollars out really fast and catch people off guard. So we have to watch that, and you know, it's not a good time to keep all your money in Bitcoin, that's for sure. There's so much going on. It's so you know, there's so much uncertainty in what's going on. So definitely, yeah, diversify. Our market cap's getting back up to that $600 billion mark. You know, Bitcoin's market cap is average, not anything crazy. I think it's down from its high. And then we also saw Bitcoin Cash drop a little bit. I noticed that in my wallets. Wondering where my value went. It's mostly Bitcoin Cash dropping. That is the reason for that. And Verge is dropping. Was this just a pump and dump? Because we see that with John McAfee, he'll easily mention your coin for, I think his fee is 25 Bitcoin and 15% of the coin. So if you are actually planning for your coin to do well, you expected it to do well, you would never pay 25 Bitcoin and 15% of your coins. But if it was just a pump and dump and you're trying to just take money from people, that's worth paying for that, that pump and dump from someone famous. And a lot of people are waking up to this stuff and questioning, you know, why people are, you know, promoting certain coins and things like that. Pivx is doing pretty well right now. Thank God I finally got in on some of that. So Segwit 2x, December 28th. So a number of Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoins. What the hell is going on there? They can't give out Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoins, can they? What if he just went on vacation and he's coming back? You can't do that just because someone's not spending their Bitcoins. Doesn't mean you can just give them out. Let's see what's happening here. The new NYA agreement calls for a specific change in the rules of the Bitcoin blockchain, which is now scheduled for block 501451, which will be produced on December 28th, 2017, approximately. So this is the website here, the official website. We'll put that in the link in the description. We have a couple of the important articles down there, as well as a couple other coins and ICOs in the links in the description. Just before I, get off of this page, Roger asked, "Wow, Monix," or his statement was, "Wow, Monix was really pumped by the YouTubers. Didn't expect to see it to sell out so early. Damn you, YouTubers." Also, when you do win the giveaway, the contest, the draw, we'll read your comment and or answer your question. So this is the official page. Revival. Commission and transaction speed within the Bitcoin network has reached extraordinary values. It's almost impossible to use as a means of payment. So I promise that all Bitcoin holders will receive not only B2X in the ratio of 1-to-1, but also a proportional number of Satoshi Nakamoto's Bitcoins as a reward for their commitment to progress. Founder of the project. How is that even possible, right? Someone please answer that, because I'm just mind blown by that they're promising that. Could be just a ploy to rise Bitcoin's value, right? That could be what this is. Why did it just come out of nowhere, right? Is it going to get scrapped again? Is this a website created, just to get Bitcoin's price value back up? It very well could be, because the first Segwit 2x was used to manipulate the price, manipulate the markets. So why couldn't this second promise of Segwit be the same thing? And if they could just cancel these projects and plans, whenever they want to, they could cancel this one too. So it's been in the media. Who knows? This is the type of thing people do when they do pump and dumps, right? Press releases and things like that. I'm not saying that's what's going on, but it's kind of suspicious that all of a sudden, within such short notice, this project is back up and going. So I think I found their Twitter right here. So BSW, I guess is what they're going to call it. BSWs. Sign the petition to introduce Segwit 2x to the rest of the world. Already collected 50,000 signatures. See what they're saying on their Twitter. We made an awesome video presentation of our project. Let's see. What the hell was that? That was 12 hours ago that was released. Oh, sorry, 15 hours ago. This is probably the best place to go, their Twitter. So I'll retweet this. You can find it on my Twitter if you follow me. I'll make sure I get this here. I'll just retweet this video here, and then you'll have their channel. Where did it go? Okay. Yeah, it's surprising that Roger won twice, but he was very excited about winning the first time. So, when you put that excitement out to the universe, good things are attracted to you. So, maybe a little hint of why he won twice. Okay. Let's move on. Japan's biggest financial house, Mufug, prepares to secure Bitcoin adopters. So it's the largest financial group in Japan. They're preparing a service that will secure Bitcoin adopters' holdings against any failure or losses suffered by the cryptocurrency exchanges they use. Okay, yeah, I knew I read this article. I just didn't know which headline it was under. So yeah, there's this service here. So yeah, they're actually called the Bank of Tokyo Mitsubishi UFJ or something like that, and then they have in brackets MUFUG. But it's interesting what they're planning on doing here, basically protecting, insuring people's Bitcoin, something that we don't have yet, and something that is probably the most needed thing in cryptocurrency right now. So when you lose your crypto right now, you can't get that back. If there's a crash in the markets, you lose. But this service here is actually planning to fix that. So Bitcoin traders will need to opt in for the service while trading at exchanges, allowing Mitsubishi Trust to monitor their accounts. So basically, you're giving access over to this corporation of your accounts, right? The trust bank will reportedly flag suspicious activity and examine pending transactions. A late night sale of huge amounts of Bitcoin, for instance, would get flagged for inspection instead of being processed immediately. An excerpt from the report explains, kind of like how credit cards work right now. So that's, part of what they're trying to do here. Then over here, it's they're now developing their own cryptocurrency to do this. So MUFUG coin. So also, the announcement is a reminiscent of Citi's July revelation that it had created a proprietary network termed CitiCoin, on which it was conducting experiments, and comes amid the increasing period of activity both from commercial and Japanese banks. So Mitsubishi had been revealed as a member of blockchain technology consortium, which enrolled 42 global banks into its program. They're also talking about here SBI Holdings, for instance, announced this week the creation of a new company with distributed ledger startup Ripple. So another thing Ripple is doing, and should be another reason why Ripple goes up in value, as well as an investment in Bitcoin exchange Kraken. Meanwhile, MUFUG competitors include Barclays, BBVA, Banco Santander have made recent announcements on the subject. So just even mentioning that you're planning on doing something in blockchain or you're looking into it, it is actually very beneficial as a corporation, as a bank. It's kind of like, competition. If the next guy's talking about it, you kind of have to, right? You can't get left behind. 2017 was Bitcoin's year. Will 2018 be Ethereum's? They're talking about the Lightning Network hasn't been fulfilled yet. Sending the same fee whether you buy a coffee or send $1,000 is very high, or slow transactions. So if you're sending, $1, $10 with Bitcoin, you're going to pay the same amount of fees as you would with $100,000. Now, it depends what wallet you're using. So you can read this article if you're more interested in Ethereum and why it might do well in 2018. Now, this is an interesting story here. ATB Coin, the latest to face class action suit after ICO. And like I said, it was Tezos and Centra that also had similar lawsuits for their initial coin offerings. So December 21st was when this lawsuit was launched. So they're saying that they violated the Securities Act by issuing unregistered securities with the expectation of profit in the form of the ATB coin and the placement of all remaining funds invested into a trust in the interest of investors. This kind of reminds me of like what happened with dark websites. They let them run, but they would, pop one off whenever they wanted to, steal their funds, but let the rest of them run. And this is probably what's going to happen with ICOs. It's just going to be a waiting game, and lots of them are going to be attacked at some point, and maybe even shut down. So it's kind of good when you see ICOs that are following laws, regulations, in that sense because of what's happening, or just make sure the ICO is out of certain countries where they don't have as strict regulations. The ATB ICO was a clear offer and sale of securities because inter alia, among other things, defendants touted and plaintiff and other ATB ICO investors reasonably expected that the ATB coins received in exchange for their investments would be worth more than the ETH, Bitcoin, Litecoin, or other currencies invested. So if the coin is going to be worth more than what you invested, that's their excuse of why this is an IC or a security and not a coin offering. You can go into this more yourself. I think we can expect to see more of these complaints in the future, especially once courts begin to carve out tests to define how cryptocurrency should be regulated or examined. More facts will need to come out before it's fair to comment on the merits of these particular allegations. And like I said, they've gotten everything ready they need to get. They've had, years to put in place what they're going to plan to do to, try to combat people trying to free the system, trying to take the power back. Obviously, they're not going to let this go lightly. But we can't just comply because, we're trying to take the system back. So it's a tricky topic. There's really, there's no real right way to do this. And even ICOs know that. That's why we had, a bunch launching even after there were questions whether they were legal or not, because they want to create as much as they can, as much groundwork as they can, and lay down the foundation so it's harder to ban them all. They won't be able to ban all of this. There's so much going on around the world, and this is why it's good that it keeps going on. It's good that we invest in them. Keep going on the way we were. Just be careful and aware of this stuff happening. Israel Finance Watchdog seeks to ban public firms from Bitcoin trading. This one's also interesting. So if we have a company and their main business is digital currencies, we would not allow it. If it already exists, its trading will be suspended. This is in Israel that they're doing this. All exchanges being suspended. It happened in China. It happened in the States. Make sure you're very careful about investing into projects that are run out of the States. Boeing eyes blockchain to bid fight on GPS spoofing. Pretty self-explanatory. The method further determines if the GPS signals received by the GPS receiver are spoofed GPS signals, and then retrieves position data from the blockchain storage module if the GPS receiver is not receiving the GPS signals or is receiving spoofed GPS signals. Kind of technical, but all you need to know is that Boeing is looking in the blockchain. Again, this article talking about regulation and banks resisting to create their own cryptocurrency. Editable blockchain mining futures. 2,000 stock crypto patents pile up. BFA Exchange. So Bank of America is focusing on cryptocurrency and blockchain applications. So some of the notable and proposed uses of the technology from the past year. So Bank of America. The editable blockchain. And this goes on to say, basically, talk about a blockchain that can be edited, manipulated. Say there's a hack or something like that on the blockchain. They want to, I don't know who's, trying to do this, but they want to be able to control the blockchain in this distributed ledger and have permission parties be able to access and change the blockchain if they want to. There's lots of controversy around this. I don't agree with it. It would defeat the whole purpose of a blockchain. And it would allow for governments to then censor and freeze your funds, which is part of the whole, purpose of the blockchain and why it's worth so much right now, because it's uncensorable. FICO Watchdog is one of the biggest credit monitors getting into the Bitcoin game. Detecting illegal cryptocurrency transactions. So they're also trying to, create patents for detecting illegal transactions, and then for each transaction having a certain rating, threat score for each transaction. This is also not, not a good thing, but the government's pushing for these things. We saw U.S. Trump signed off on, military funding for looking into blockchains, and it's not going to be, to utilize blockchains, although it might have something to do with that. But I think in the beginning it's going to be more, trying to track blockchains and follow illegal activity, money laundering, part of a money laundering scheme. So they're going to try to track money laundering with this patent. ATM chain. So this ATM chain, it's not a cryptocurrency ATM, just regular ATMs, but they want to use the blockchain to sync their ATMs together so that transactions can be synced all around the world and known about right away on the blockchain. Currency trading, so they want to create, this person filed a patent for a physical device, a hardware device that enables cryptocurrency trading, which, the more you read into it, it kind of looks like more of a way for them to give you a physical delivery of a cryptocurrency, not like a smartphone where you can, or a device like a smartphone where you can trade, but you can look into that yourself a little bit more. As a result, proposed inventions like this one could play a key role in helping exchanges provide physical delivery of something that is entirely digital. Derivatives mining. So basically futures mining. So you bet on, the future price. Miners could hedge their bets by guaranteeing a payout if the network's hash rate grows more quickly than expected, thus increasing the difficulty of finding a new block. If it didn't increase, it would expire. The future would expire. While the miners would not receive any money from it, they would be able to generate more profits through the mining process than originally planned. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but these are some patents. And while we're on patents, let's look at a couple other patents. Coinbase awarded patent for Bitcoin security concept. British Telecom awarded patent for blockchain security method. Sony seeks blockchain patent for user authentication system. Goldman Sachs files blockchain patent for foreign exchange trading. Lots of patents issued in 2017. Here we have a look back at 2017 from blockchain.com, the blog at blockchain info. A look back at 2017. We've seen a tremendous wallet growth this year, 17x volume from the beginning of the year, or 20 million wallets. Expanded wallet functionality. It's kind of an infographic here. Daily active users have increased 23% over 1 week. Wow. Travel near and far over 350 kilometers run by the Blockchain Club. together, our team has visited 24 countries over the course of the year. So this is how much they've traveled doing their business for blockchain.info. A growing team, 3 blockchain babies were added to the family. Just a year-end review. I don't know if I'm going to get around to our year-end review for cryptocurrency in 2017, so we'll just go over this just real quick. And I put this in the link in the description if you'd like to see it. Wallet signups, 600,000 new wallets. Over 500,000 people created a blockchain wallet in 1 week. This is 1 week. Wow. Someone mentioned in the comments section to look into this coin, so we'll add ELF in our next coin review. Which is on Binance. I really suggest people get Binance. It's in the link in the description. It's one of my favorite exchanges I use as of right now. And in the meantime, we can actually, in the meantime, I'll follow their Twitter here. But I'll look into that another day. And then we have this coin, Escrowco, doing escrow, Open Ledger and Livecoin. It's available on Livecoin. It's an interesting new project out there. We'll try to add this in our next review as well. Then we have a couple ICOs here. So 2 ICOs before we go that I'd like to mention. We might, if we get around to it, do full in-depth reviews of these ICOs. I guess this one's over, which is too bad. Didn't get in on this one in time. This was a recent ICO going on, so maybe something to look into, a new project out there. I'm not sure if this is... Yeah, this is a lending site. So many of these lending sites coming out now. It's insane. They can't all succeed. They can't all do well. So be very careful in the ones you pick. Unless you're just investing in the ICOs, then you can probably profit off of most of them that way. And then we have this Ficoin ICO that is still going, but not a lot of time left. 8 days. This is an amazing project, guys. You really have to look into it. I'm planning to do an in-depth review of this. I just don't know if I'm going to get around to it, so it's worth looking into yourself. Also, we're working on cryptocurrency security and a security video for you guys. So I'm going to include these articles in today's video in the description if you want. You can take a look at some of these security methods. So better safe than sorry, simple effective ways to secure your crypto coins. And then a Medium article here, thoughts on secure storage of Bitcoins and other crypto-backed assets. And then just keep your eye open for our review, our tutorial video about security. And that's it for today, guys. This article was written by Jameson Lopp, big player in cryptocurrency, very well-known name. And yeah, you guys can throw your comments down below. We'll pick a winner. And if I don't send the money for the giveaway, just contact me and I'll send it. Sometimes I get so distracted in other things, and it can be very tricky to get everything done, but if I forget, just let me know. Okay, guys, that's all for today, and we'll see you next time.